Hey, what is up, guys? Blunt Guts here. This is a Watch Your Realms video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you do enjoy my content. Today, I want to talk about Demon Soldier affiliation, but more specifically, how to maximize your hero's battle power so that when you do affiliate them to your Demon Soldiers, that your attacks are more effective, your Demon Soldiers are operating at their maximum power, and that you get more wins as a result. So, before we even get into maximizing hero battle power, what I do want to talk about is the way that battle power does translate into more Demon Soldier effectiveness. And basically, Demon Soldiers do have a set stat distribution. When you affiliate a hero to the Demon Soldier, it increases those stats proportionally to one another. Meaning that if you are going to, say, stack a bunch of attack on your hero, you're not going to see a proportional increase in attack when you do affiliate that hero to a Demon Soldier. So ultimately, it doesn't really matter which stats you stack. What matters is getting the most battle power on your affiliating hero. That is what matters the most. So with that in mind, let's talk about the ways that hero battle power can be increased. Say, starting at the most basic, getting your heroes to level 6, to level 60, 6-star, max promotion, all of that matters. That is going to be the most readily available way to maximize your hero's battle power. Beyond that, skill ups do have a big influence on hero battle power. So max skills is always going to be more battle power. Every subsequent skill up that you do is going to give you more and more battle power. Beyond that, awakenings do play a big role in hero battle power. That is something that is a big driver for some of the higher battle power builds that you've seen probably in shared in discords and things like that. And then finally, I would say before we get to the big one is going to be artifacts. Now, artifacts are a little bit tricky. I have found that the Wailing Skull, for example, does provide proportionally more battle power than equivalent other mythic artifacts. Other than the Wailing Skull, though, all regular, as in non-exclusive mythic artifacts should provide the same amount of battle power to the units that you equip them with. Wailing Skull on, say, Uridan, for example, provides about 2,500 more battle power than an equivalent mythic artifact. So if I put this Lunacy Visor on, for example, look at that. And if you can see it, because my dome is in the way, we can go and look at the character screen here, and you can see that Uridan lost about 2,500 battle power. It was at 111, 700 or so before. It is now at 109, 120. So that is a trick for fighters. You can use a Wailing Skull if you have one. Typically, it's going to give you a higher affiliation, even if it is not maxed out. So there you can see it again, plus 2568 for the Wailing Skull over the Lunacy Visor. So that is important to note. Beyond that, exclusive artifacts do seem to provide a proportionally higher bonus than their regular mythic artifact counterparts. I don't have a good example to show you, unfortunately, because I don't have two artifact levels that match. But at the end of the day, what I have observed is that it's not overwhelming by any means, but it is a higher battle power contribution from equivalent level mythic artifacts versus their exclusive counterparts. So that's something that you should certainly keep in mind when you are equipping. Bottom line, at the end of the day, you really need to play around with your gearing as well as your artifact usage in order to find the best combination for every single hero. However, there is a trick that I'm going to show you that's going to allow you to get close to max battle power for your top 5 affiliating units. So let's take a look at Uridan here. He is equipped in the gear that I typically use when I bring him into attacks, or when I affiliate him for Guild Wars attacks. He's at 111, 688 battle power right now, by far the highest on my account. The next closest I can get is about around 106,000 battle power on either Valkyra or on Hex. Those two are the next highest, but he's a solid 5,000 battle power higher than that. He is who I affiliate to the Demon Soldier that I'm looking to be most effective in a fight. I'd say Axe Slaughterers typically come to mind, or Exploding Bugs. They'll get affiliated to Uridan, so they do maximum damage. He's a wrecking ball, and he really, really helps out. It's too bad he's not a good hero otherwise, right? But he does this job really, really well. He's a great stat stick for your Demon Soldiers. But the trick I'm going to show you is relatively simple, but it is going to require a bit of work. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is go and save any gear plans, any gear sets that you do have equipped right now that you're worried about losing, because the first step is going to be to quick unequip all of the gear on your account. In particular, you don't want to do all of it. At the very least, you need to remove all of the damage-based gear that you have in your account. So all of your damage dealers, you need to strip them down. And you can do that most easily by doing quick unequip here. That'll remove all the gear. It'll put it into gear storage and make it available. Because the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to click Quick Equip on them. And as you can see, it just pops the highest battle power gear that whatever algorithm the game uses to determine that, it's going to automatically equip that gear onto your hero based on the available gear in your account. Now, what I would recommend you do is test this out, kind of record your results on a few different heroes. So I've got Uridan at 111, 688. I'll quick on equip him. Then I'm going to go to Valkyra, and I'm going to quick equip her, and I'm going to see where she ends up. She's at 105, 632, so lower than Uridan. So I'll quick unequip her, and then I'm going to go over to Hex, and I'm going to quick equip him, 104, 618. So you can see, so on and so forth. You can try to determine which heroes are going to have the highest battle power. You'll narrow it down. You need to get the 5 highest battle power units on your account, plus 1 legendary lord, or any lord, I guess, ultimately, if you are going to be affiliating to demon captains like the Scalekin Champion or like Maw. But at the end of the day, this is how you kind of narrow it down. So progressively, I would figure out who's the highest, leave that gear on them, and then do the same thing over. Try out quick equipping several other heroes. After that, find the second highest, then move on to the third, and do the same thing over and over again until you have the 5 highest battle power units plus your highest legendary lord. After you have done that, you should be all set. But I do want to throw in just a slight wrinkle here and say that while this system does get you close to max battle power, it is not going to get you the highest battle power that you possibly can get. At the end of the day, if you really want to min-max this, you got to play around with the gear sets after they've been equipped. So I'm going to show you what I mean here. So I'm going to take off Hex's gear. Now remember, when I quick equip Uridan here, he's got 111, 688, right? So keep that number in mind. I'm going to quick unequip him. I'm going to go over to Valkyra. I'm going to quick equip her. She's at 105, 632, right? Now, I'm going to try Uridan, and boom, 112, 148, almost 500 battle power higher than the previous build. This is something that I have seen a number of different times. So it's not going to give you the max, and I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes with the game where it's confusing these things. It seems like it's trying to max battle power, but it doesn't always produce the highest max battle power because all the gear that Uridan just put on right now was available when Valkyra was not equipped. So I'm not sure what unequipping Valkyra, how that kind of impacted Uridan's equipping. I don't know. It's wild. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it, but what I have noticed is that at the end of the day, it is not producing the highest battle power possible. There's also some other kind of weird things that are happening here, like this, for example. And this is something that I noticed on Silas. So I'm going to use him as an example. Now, 101, 352, pretty solid battle power, no question about it. However, something that's wrong here, and you may have spotted it immediately, but look at the left side gear. We've got a Calamity weapon here, and then we've got a Annihilating Might chest. And that's not right, obviously, right? That's not min-maxing at the end of the day. Ideally, you'd like to have a matching set because then you get that 25% attack bonus or the 35% crit damage bonus, one or the other. So I'm going to show you what you can do here. What I've observed anyway is that if I go in here and I'm going to find a piece like this, I'm going to put it on. Look at that. I gained 1K battle power. Now, I could get back to base here. There we go. So now we've got this mismatching set. Now, if I do the same thing with a Calamity piece here, I believe it's this one, and replace it, that's 2,000 battle power that I just gained right there. So you're going to have to play around with these sets if you do really want to min-max this. However, with that said, this is going to get you close, and close to max is going to be good enough for most of you. But if you are kind of like a power gamer, or you're really trying to make sure that your demon soldiers are as good as possible, you're going to want to go through and just make sure that everything that the computer has done makes sense. That would be my advice to you. You can also try to swap in some pieces if you know that you have a better piece that's not equipped. You can swap something else in and see how that changes things. But at the end of the day, getting that high battle power is going to enable your demon soldiers. I think that is all I really have to say on this topic. But, you know, if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, please do sound off in the comments section. I'm always interested in discourse with my viewers, so please let me know what I could have done better, or if I can explain anything more fully. With that said, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'll catch you all next time.